Hey, what's up, guys? It is Zach and Rachel back with another episode of Play Together, Stay Together podcast. Brought to you by Paradise Golf Apparel, the greatest golf apparel line in the world. This is episode 4, season 1. We are going to get into some question and answer.
Yep.
Right? That's the whole podcast today is going to be all question and answer. We put out a question.
Yep, a Q&A.
Yeah, on our Instagrams and Facebooks and just kind of some of our social media, hoping that you guys would type some questions and then we could answer them for you. Just stuff that you guys were wondering about Rachel or about me or about us, the podcast, the golf, anything. We had a ton of responses, way more than I ever thought we would have. So thank you for that. And we're going to try to answer a bunch of them. Now, we had a bunch of crazy questions. We had some inappropriate questions. We had just a whole multitude of questions. We are going to take probably the top 10 or 12 that we got multiples on, and we're going to answer those ones. We can't answer them all because this podcast is only 30 minutes long. But we're going to answer as many as we can. The only ones that you're not going to see from us are going to be the golf questions. Mm-hmm. We're saving that for a couple weeks down the line when we do our golf-specific show. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, without further ado, let's get Rachel to start asking us some questions.
All right, ready?
Always.
All right, the first one was, how many businesses do we have?
Ooh, how many businesses we have? So, right now we have 3. We have this... the Play Together, Stay Together podcast, brought to you by Paradise Golf Apparel. Our second business is Paradise Golf Apparel, which is our golf apparel line. Has everything from t-shirts to hoodies to golf shirts like polos, golf rain jackets, ball markers, towels, everything that you would need when going to play around on the golf course. That is our second business. That is our biggest business, right?
Yeah, and I think our other one, the first in CPR, is our runner-up.
Yeah. We teach for American Heart Association, and we've been doing that, for
like 6
years. We teach BLS for all my healthcare providers out there. You know that's your basic life support. That's what everybody that works in the medical field needs. So we teach that. We also teach ACLS and
first aid,
CPR, the whole gamut. We teach it all. We've been doing that for about 5 or 6 years. Paradise Golf Apparel for about a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And as you know, Play Together, Stay Together
is new.
Episode 4. So thank you for all the people that have asked about our business and have been commenting how much you love all our different stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, even from the CPR, with American Heart, we get a Q&A. So every time you take our class, quick little story. Every time you take our class, before you can accept your certificate, you have to take a survey. And it asks what you did in the class, blah, 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 all the boring stuff. But it also asks how we did. And we get such great reviews, and it's so uplifting to hear that people like the way we teach and the way we do it. So those are our 3 businesses. Like them all on Facebook. Check them out on Instagram. We're all over the place with them.
All right. Next one is, have people been supportive of your businesses?
Ooh, supportive. Do you want to take this one?
Sure. I'd have to say 99% of everybody is supportive. We do have that 1% that's negative, but, I mean, you're always going to have that no matter what. But our family and friends, neighbors, anyone around us have been super supportive. Either
people throughout the whole country.
Yeah, with comment on our Facebook and Instagram. But just in general, people saying they love our logo, our color, all that stuff. It's great, and they share them with their friends, and I think we've had a lot of support.
Yeah, and it's kind of rare to get as much support I think as we've gotten, just because we are so new, and I mean we have a big group of friends and we have large families, but just the support that we've gotten from around the country. And a couple people from around the world, just from looking at profiles of people that have commented, the outpouring of love and, go get them and good job and I liked that episode and, talk about this. And we've gotten so much support on the podcast already, which is in its infancy
Yeah.
stage. That's amazing. We've gotten just crazy support on the Golf Apparel brand, just between people loving the way that our logo looks, or asking us to help with charity events, and we try to give back as much as we can because we want to spread the word of golf. I sound like a preacher there. I want to spread the word of Jesus. We want to spread the word of golf. We want to get people out there. We want to get them playing. And so anytime we can help, just the love that's reciprocated from the love we give out, it's amazing. And then our family and friends.
Yeah, they've been supportive since day one. And
huge. The day our website dropped with all of our stuff, we had just an outpouring of orders from family and friends, and them sharing what we're doing, or them just wearing our products and tagging us in them, or putting it on their stories. I went golfing today with a good buddy of mine, and I just tagged that me and him were golfing, and then he reposted it and added my business to it of Paradise Golf Apparel. He added that. I didn't add that. He added that just to give me more.
That's a good friend.
Reach. That's a good friend.
That's like Adam winning first place in the fishing tournament.
Yeah.
Him going back to his car and getting our Paradise Golf hat.
Yeah, he
awesome.
Competed in Ohio Police and Fire Games in the fishing tournament. Came in first for individual, and he knew that pictures were going to be taken of him for the website and for our Facebook page and all these things. He purposely went to his truck before they took the photos and before they gave the medals, got a Paradise Golf Apparel hat, put it on so it would just get that much more exposure. So it's amazing how many people love our stuff. Last little bit of love that we've gotten super recently is one of our photographer friends who's a very accomplished photographer, does, big deal. She's not just a small, tiny little business. She does big deal photography, and she did a business shoot for us because she thought that it would help our business grow.
Yeah.
So, the support it's amazing. And I hope that anybody else that creates a business or creates, something like what we are trying to do, that they get that much support from the people around them.
Yeah, it definitely keeps you going, all the positivity.
For sure.
It keeps me going and makes me realize this business is worth it, and it's just going to continue to grow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yep. All right. Why did you start doing a podcast? Why did we start doing a podcast?
Ooh, why did we start doing a podcast?
I don't know. I honestly think we're just sitting in the loft one night and we're talking and just thought it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we listen to podcasts and...
A little bit, but not a ton.
Yeah, but we listen to those guys, the golf guys.
Yeah, we do listen to the Breakfast Ball guys.
Yeah, and they're hilarious.
Hilarious.
And I don't know if that's what got us to do it, or we just have so much to share with everybody.
Yeah.
That we just wanted to start a podcast. And why not? I mean, a lot of people are always nervous to start new things, but if you don't try, why?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
100%. And that's one of our shirts.
One of the shirts on Paradise Golf Apparel. But yeah, it really just kind of came out of nowhere, and we're a weird couple. I'll be the first to say it. We're not normal.
We're not normal by any means. We like each other.
I think every couple likes each other, but we want to spend as much time as we can together, and we do a lot of fun stuff. We travel a lot. We do everything together. We run businesses together. We play golf together. There's so much that we do together that everybody always comments on it. Mm-hmm. So we thought the best way that we could bring that to everybody was a podcast. And it's so much fun. Mm-hmm. When we started this, we didn't look at it as a business.
No.
We just looked at it as it's just going to be something fun we do. And even through these first 4 episodes, it's shot off like a rocket and become a business. Mm-hmm. And it's become something that, can provide for our family, but also I think it brings us close together.
Yeah.
It's fun to sit here and just talk to you.
Yeah, because that's all we do. It's nothing. I mean, this is our normal life.
Right.
So.
We're just recapping.
Yeah.
And going over it and telling you guys what we do normally.
Yeah.
There's nothing special for us.
And it gets, we're going to have friends on here, and I know Addie loves it. We still got to get Callie on here. She becomes a little camera shy, but we'll break her of that. But we think it's going to be just a big, family hobby.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
How did you know what to buy for the podcast?
Oh, that was tough. So when we started, there's so many videos online. There's so many people that do online podcasts or online video shoots or vlogs or blogs or whatever, that it took us a couple trial and error. I mean, when we started, we had $30 microphones and we were shooting the video on an iPad. It was nothing fancy.
Yeah.
And then the more we kind of realized that we wanted to
sound better too.
Yeah.
The microphones we had were not very.
No, they weren't terrible.
They weren't terrible. They're good to start off with, but
now we have the cream of the crop. I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't get any better than the Shure. I think it's the SM7B microphones. They're what the top podcasters use, and we were lucky enough to get some. And then we got the mixer, and now we have this video camera set up, and it's just been it's been tough getting to this point. But now that we're here, it's so easy, just to control that you're looking at me and control that you're looking at Rach, and now you're looking at both of us, and I can, we're learning so much, and we love to learn.
Yeah.
We both love to learn, and we love to push ourselves, and this is just another way that we can do that. So figuring out the best stuff to buy is not easy. It's a lot of trial and error. If you want to dump a little bit of money into it and you want to do it right, shoot me a DM, and I will give you a list of exactly what we have. I'll take pictures of how it's set up, and you can do it just like us. It's not hard. It costs a little bit of money, but
it's worth it.
It's so worth it. If nobody listens, you guys still should listen. But if nobody listens and this just sits on a shelf until we're 80 on a beach, retired, and we go back and listen to these and laugh about how silly we were as young adults.
But what a great memory.
Worth it.
What a great memory,
For sure.
All right. This next one's a good question. If you could turn back time and tell your 18-year-old self, what would you tell them?
Yeah, that was one of the only questions I think we put in there that we only had one person ask that question.
Yeah.
All the other ones, there were 10, 20, 30 people asking, the businesses and all that. But this was where there's just one question. So, we didn't write down who wrote them. But whoever asked this question,
great question.
Kudos to you.
It definitely got me thinking.
Yeah, ask it one more time.
If you could turn back time
Okay.
and tell your 18-year-old self, what would you tell them?
Oh, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I think I would tell myself to not worry about what others think and just live my life. I was always so wrapped up in my own head.
Yeah.
Of every time I did something, oh my God, they're gonna judge me, or what are they gonna think of me? Who cares? Who cares? I definitely not worry about what others think.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, But when I'm out of high school, 13 years now, I don't talk to any of those people anymore.
Right. And you can see that you really have adopted that because you're on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You pose for photo shoots for a business shoot. You are in the public eye way more than I'm sure anybody that ever used to make you feel that way is.
Oh, yeah.
I bet none of them are doing what you're doing kind of on social media and in everybody's face the way you are with absolutely no care about what they think. Just that you're doing cool shit. So
yeah.
Watch me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely changed me, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
What would you tell yourself?
Okay, so I was watching TikTok the other day. Big TikTok fans. And I saw this roundtable conversation with a bunch of big name actors. Tom Hanks, Robert De Niro, all these guys. And they had this quote, and it was, "This too shall pass." And it hit me hard. It really made me think, as all TikTok videos do, about what does that mean to me? It too shall pass. And what they were getting at was, you're having a bad day. You think that, life that you're never going to get out of this hole. It'll pass. You have no money. You're trying to scrape together rent for next month. It'll pass. I mean, for those of you that know me intimately or very closely, you know that I had a child in high school. Well, when you have something like that happen, you think your life is over. you think there's no coming back from this, my life's ruined, I'm done. I'm done. If I would have known then what I know now, I'd have been in a much better place, but I just should have remembered it'll pass. Life will move on. I'm going to become what I think is a good dad. I'm going to, fall into a really good career. I'm going to have all these great things happen to me. This low point in my life will pass. But on the flip side of that coin, the good times are going to pass too, which is a big reason that I think we are the way we are. Because I think you understand that concept just like I do, and we got to travel. Mm-hmm. We got to go on date nights. We got to do this. We got to do this because this too will pass. This time will pass. These bodies that we're in are going to pass. They're going to get wrinkly and saggy someday. Let's not waste them. Let's go to Greece and take some dope pictures in the pool while we look good.
Well, that's why they invented both plastic surgery.
It will pass. But yeah, that's what I would tell 18-year-old Zach, who definitely wouldn't listen to me. He'd tell me to get the heck out of here. But that's what I would say. This too will pass.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's very true. I mean, I think a lot of people need to listen to that more and realize it will pass and it's not going to last forever.
Yeah, and it's something, it was a TikTok that hit me hard and made me think, and it's really something I've tried to adopt.
Well, I think you have. I mean,
well, thank you.
I think you're doing great.
I appreciate that.
All right. Let's see. What do you guys do for a living?
Ooh. I work full-time as a lieutenant for the Norton Fire Division, which is a city fire department in Northeast Ohio. I've worked there for about 8 years. I've been a lieutenant for a little over 2 years, and I love it. I love being a firefighter. I love being a paramedic, but I love being a lieutenant. Mm-hmm. It is very fulfilling, and the people that I work with are amazing. The chief that I'm under is just awesome. So I'm very blessed to have a job that is great.
Yeah, you're very lucky to be in a good city too.
Yeah. What do you do for a living, Rachel?
I run our businesses, First in CPR and Paradise Golf Apparel.
Yeah.
So it's become a full-time job for me, and that's what I do.
So what do you do, just because I'm sure everybody knows what a fireman does, what do you do for First in CPR, your CPR business?
I go around and market ourselves, to go into doctor's offices, dentists, colleges, to just share our information.
Yeah.
There's a lot of students out there, a lot of healthcare professionals that need it, and have a hard time finding a CPR instructor, so I make it easy and just go to them. We do classes in offices, so I schedule those, I run those. If I need an instructor, Zach's certified, so he helps me out. A couple people at Norton will help us out if we need it, so I do that. And then for Paradise, I do purchasing orders. I send out every order that's received. We
print the shirts.
Yes, do all the printing here.
Yeah.
And I talk with our graphic designer quite often for new designs, and really just I try to create a lot of content. And with this photo shoot we did with Micah, all the photos she's got, so scheduling all those out, just a lot of computer work, and it's fun though.
Yeah.
Finding new things and figuring out what material we like and what next best thing is out there we can do.
Yeah. She just found these soft t-shirts. We're switching from not a uncomfortable t-shirt, just a heavier t-shirt, to these like super soft t-shirts, which are awesome. I mean, there's a ton of new stuff coming down the pipe at Paradise Golf Apparel, so make sure you check it out because Rachel is killing it.
All right. Is running a business easier or harder than you thought it would be?
Oh, man. Harder. Yeah. Definitely harder.
I agree.
For sure. The people on TikTok make it look so easy.
Well, not that I found, there's no like class for it.
Right.
How to start and run a business successfully.
And everybody has a different answer on what you should do.
Yeah.
Or everybody thinks they know exactly what you should do. Yeah. That's one of my least favorite parts.
We kind of like to figure it out on our own anyway, but it's a lot of research, it's a lot of watching YouTube videos and
trial and error.
Yeah. 100%. And that's fine because that's the only way you're going to succeed is if you fail.
Right.
It makes you stronger.
You have to fail.
Yeah.
Have to.
But yeah, I would have to say it's harder.
Yeah,
I mean, it's getting easier.
Well, I think the CPR business has been way easier because people have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, all healthcare providers have to have the class that we offer. If they don't have it, they can't work. So that's easy. The golf apparel, people don't have to have it. You don't have to, I mean, you can go golf in pretty much anything you want, depending on where you're playing. So they don't have to have it. So that's been harder. And, you know, we embroider polos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we used to outsource embroidery, and then we got an embroidery machine. And they don't send somebody with the machine to say, here's how you do it, here's what you use. No, we've run through a ton of shirts and polo shirts, and we've ruined so much stuff. But we're getting better at it.
We're still learning.
We're still learning, but
that is really
so
hard.
much fun learning.
Yeah.
I mean, Rachel has on, I'm going to put the camera on you. She has on our 4th of July special edition. You're right behind the microphone. Scoot this way a little bit. Yep, she has on our 4th of July special edition. I have on our 19th hole shirt. And you can check those out on our website. But it's been so much fun just designing shirts and selling them and hearing what people have to say and seeing the pictures of people in them.
Yeah. I will say a lot of people are like loving the pink.
Yeah.
It's a brighter color, and a lot of women will like it. So we have to keep that in mind next time we do one.
Ladies, love it. Like it, love it, buy it. Gotta have it. Cold Stove Creamery. Not an affiliate partner.
Okay. I think it's our last one.
Oh my goodness.
Having a podcast called Play Together, Stay Together. What do you guys do to stay so put together?
Ooh, tell them.
I think our biggest thing is communicating.
Yeah.
And since we've been married, we have dedicated at least one night a month to go on date nights.
Yep.
I think that's very important. Date your spouse. Just because you're married, that does not need to stop. Continue to date them.
Yeah.
Take them on dates, buy them flowers, write them letters, anything to kind of spark that romance again. I think that's...
Keep that fire going.
Yeah. Another thing is we told ourselves we would vacation together, and we do that quite often. More than the one trip a year we told ourselves. But I think everyone needs to kind of get away from reality, you know, including your children, your family, just to reconnect with your spouse and to have that happy marriage.
I agree, but I think she hit the nail on the head with communication. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have so many friends, family, people in our lives that are married or dating, and I would say that 90% of their frustrations or, you know, the complications they have in their relationship just come down to communication. Mm-hmm. And we're going to do a whole show on our relationship and our communication and, you know, things like that. So I'm not going to get too far into it, but when we have an issue, we talk about it.
Yeah.
If there's multiple issues, we'll talk about it, and we kind of set aside time to do that. We don't bombard each other with, you know, negativity. We're always positive with each other, but when we have an issue, we talk about it, and we have a mutual respect that if I'm doing something that bothers you, tell me.
Don't wait to let it bottle it up. You know, be open with each other.
Yeah.
Some of the conversations are going to be uncomfortable. And
a
you
lot.
don't want to do it, but do it because I promise you, it'll be better.
Yeah.
You know, you're just going to get stronger. You kind of push that over. I'm like, okay, we're done with it. Let's move on and let's learn from this and be better.
Communication, and I told you before, we're different. We're a little stranger because we want to spend all that time together and just always be together. So it's easy for us.
Yeah.
And it's easy for us to communicate. We both love to play golf, so we golf together. We both love to travel, so we travel. We are the same person. I mean, the only differences we really have is when it comes to food, because I'm a more picky eater, and she likes more stuff.
Very picky.
I'll sit in a restaurant while you eat, and I'll order a drink, and I'll keep you company. I don't mind that. But you have to make sacrifices, and you have to. She killed it. You have to date your spouse. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not going to get graphic with anything or intimate with anything, but you know, keep it hot, keep it moving, keep it spicy. And hopefully your marriage or relationship, whatever you have with your significant other, will be as good as I think ours is. Because it's pretty awesome. But it's super easy because she's super hot. So that makes it easier. But yeah, it's Play Together, Stay Together just made sense as a name because that's what we do. You know, whether you consider traveling or golfing or cooking together, whatever you consider playing, you know, we do that together, and our relationship We're going on 9 years married, 14 years together, and there haven't been many bumps in the road. There haven't been many, fights or sleeping on the couch. It's been smooth sailing, and I think a lot of it has to do with our communication and our willingness to adapt to each other. We grow together. We're not growing apart because we're spending all our time together, so we're growing together. And if issues come up, we address them, we're adults about it, and we keep it moving.
Yeah. I do say if we ever fight, it's like, what are we doing? Are we 12?
Right.
Like, let's get over this.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Because normally it's silly stuff.
Yeah. And we just look at each other like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Why are we fighting about this? And we just laugh about it, and that's kind of the end of it. And then maybe, 20 minutes about talking to each other? Like, we walk past each other in the hallway, shrug shoulders, like, what is wrong with us?
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely communicate and continue to date your spouse.
Yeah. Anything else? You said that was the last one. Do you have any others? I think we saved... Some of those are just for the golf podcast. So if you ask something about golf... we're not going to get to it on episode 4. That'll come at 6 or 7 when we do our golf one. But anything?
Nope.
No. So what's coming down the pipe? You're getting this podcast this week. Next week's podcast, I think, is going to be on family.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think next week we're going to do family. So we're going to talk about our kids. We're going to talk about our siblings. We're going to talk about just all the things that encompass family for us. And make it fun. We're going to tell a bunch of stories. We have a great podcast on the fire department coming probably in 3 weeks. And I'm going to interview a bunch of guys on the department, ask them about funny stories. I have some super funny stories that I'm sure people are not going to be super thrilled about me telling.
That might be more of a 30-minute one, more like an hour, because I can write a list of all the funny stories you told me.
But I'm going to try to interview some people. We got interviews coming up with small business owners. We're going to do a whole small business section. If you follow us on Facebook and
Instagram.
YouTube. No. Facebook and YouTube. We have a cooking show coming out.
Oh, yeah.
That is something that is kind of play together, stay together adjacent. It's
just something fun we want to do.
Going to just be something fun. We got this camera set up. We don't want to just use it for podcasts. We're going to do some cooking shows. It's going to be fun, real laid back. So make sure you check that out. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you're subscribing and you're liking all of our stuff. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get our stuff, share it. Shoot it out there. We're going to be doing giveaways coming up here soon. We got new merch coming out for the Play Together, Stay Together. We're just working on tweaking a couple design things. And then there will be t-shirts and hoodies and all that cool stuff. So you can let your friend know how cool you are by wearing our stuff.
Get those checkbooks out.
That's why she runs the business. But yeah, that's all we got for today. Trying to keep it smooth. Trying to keep it 30 minutes. You got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't.
No.
Not this time around.
Awesome. Well, it is going to be hot out this week, so stay cool. We'll see you next week for episode 5 on Play Together, Stay Together. I'm Zach.
Rachel. See you later.
See ya.